Yo, hey, hope you're doing great. So, today I'm gonna be reacting to Phil Collins, Another Day in Paradise. This is from the 1989 album, but seriously, I think that's the name of the, of the album, but seriously. Um, I should, it seems. So, yeah, this is one selection from the great James. So, James has been one of those patrons that has been consistent in our patron community, and he's been doing 6 songs a month. But he has been showing me a lot of interesting stages in especially on those artists that come from Genesis, and from Genesis too. And right now, for example, we are in the stage of dark selection, and I love it. For example, I have been listening to a lot of those songs, especially the Peter Gabriel. I don't remember the name of the song, but the last Peter Gabriel that I made, video that I made, I have been listening to that song a lot. Also from that selection. If you haven't seen the video, probably you're gonna see it very soon. But Peter Gabriel stuff, I have been enjoying that like crazy. And then the Jester Tier, that's the Marillion, that's good stuff too. I haven't listened to that a lot. So good stuff. I really enjoy this selection. So now James says that it has about this song, the Phil Collins. He say it has as its subject the problem of homelessness. The lyrics are pretty powerful. Hopefully the video has some lyrics. So what I have been doing lately is to have the lyrics. Obviously the problem with having the lyrics in another page is that I get distracted. So I'm gonna try to understand the lyrics as much as I can. It's just that when I'm listening to the music, I'm trying to listen to everything that is happening. So I'm gonna try to pay attention in everything, even the lyrics. So yeah, pretty much what is gonna happen. I'm gonna react to this as a classical guitarist. The first take is pretty much my reaction, and then after that, I tend to do an analysis, a review of the music, and my first impressions. Sometimes that comes with theory or history, or my opinions, right? So yeah, let's do it. Phil Collins, Another Day in Paradise. Almost 5 minutes, not long. And yeah.
Somewhere you can tell me. He walks on, doesn't look back. He pretends he can't hear her. Starts to whistle as he crosses the street. Seems embarrassed to be there. Oh, think twice, 'cause it's another day for
harmonics.
Oh, think twice, 'cause it's another day for you and me in paradise.
You and me on Paradise. When I think about it, That's Phil Collins. Pretty, the drum, how it sounds.
Just think about it. Oh Lord, is there nothing more anybody can do? Oh Lord, there must be something you can say. You can tell from the lines on her face. You can see that she's been there. Probably been moved on from every place. 'Cause she didn't fit in there. Oh, think twice. 'Cause it's another day for you and me in paradise. Oh, think twice. It's just another day for you. You and me in paradise. Just think about it. Think about it. It's just another day for you and me in paradise. It's just another day for you and me in paradise. Paradise. Ooh, just think about it. Paradise. Just think about it.
Okay, okay. Um, yeah, yeah. Obviously, I love how the videos that I watch all have different, like, um, you know, the last video that I made from Piero Cabrio was very interesting. And obviously it covers something a little bit more different than this, but all those videos are very, I don't know, it touch the very deep topics that normally you don't talk, right? Obviously, if you compare how we live to the people that live in the street, obviously we live in the paradise. And it's very sad. It's very sad. I'm glad I had never, but you never know if one day you're gonna end up being homeless. It's just I'm thinking about it, and it's horrible. It's difficult, and there's children's mom, a lot of type of people living in the streets, and it's very sad. Yeah, just a deep, such a deep topic. So I'm gonna talk about the music. The song per se. Obviously, I love the guitar part. I love those harmonic section. Phil Collins' voice, super nice. I love that sometimes the drums come and there's like a signature sound of his drumming, his music, which doesn't matter where I hear it. Probably I'm gonna recognize that it's Phil Collins. But yeah, the song is, of course, it can be dark. It's just the song is a little bit more major. Well, it's minor. Dum, dum, ba dum, dum, ba 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 bum, dum, dum. It sounds major to me. I mean, we're gonna begin from the beginning. But the thing that caught my attention obviously was the guitar part. It sounded very nice, harmonics. Obviously the lyrics were important to pay attention to. Obviously the music per se gave me obviously the 80s vibe, especially on that synthesizer and sound. And yeah, the drum, I do recognize Phil Collins style drumming. Obviously, by this stage in his solo career, he have another drummer, so which it seems that I see a lot everywhere, with Genesis and Phil Collins. So yeah, Phil Collins. I love Phil Collins. Obviously, yeah, this is a different stage, of Phil Collins. The last video that I made of Phil Collins, I've listened to that song like 20,000 times because I love it. Yeah, we're gonna take a little analysis here. Maybe I'm missing things. Obviously, like I say, the song gave me the 80s sounds, and I love the kind of flamenco guitar sound and the harmonic effect that it created in some section, which it does create to make a more soft and more emotional part in the music. But I'm gonna do the beginning, and we're gonna do an analysis as best that I can, and I'm gonna stop and play. Okay, so obviously we begin with with a close up to the air. That drum. Well, in the beginning I didn't thought that it was drum. Obviously it sounds like a drum sound, but it sounds this signature drum Phil Collins sound. So we have obviously the keyboard having this 80s sound, but then we have the guitar making a nice acoustic guitar making a nice arpeggio, which it sounds like a nice duo. In fact, the guitar kind of sounds a little bit like it sounds different than the synthesizer, but the frequency or whatever, it kind of sound the same. I don't know. It's a nice. It feels. It's for me. It's a nice duo. Yeah, they sound very similar, and obviously there's some difference, but that's why probably it sounds like a nice duo. The thing is that probably there's some notes that they are in the same octave. Obviously the sound is the octave where they are right now is just very close together, and probably the guitar sound and the piano in the synthesizer, because there is a little bit more different, it does help the ear to like not get confused every time that sometimes the same note are together. So yeah, actually probably the synthesizer is a little bit higher, but it's a higher octave. I would say one more octave higher, but it's just the sound is so like bright that it kind of sound the same. Yeah.
She calls out to the man on the street, "Sir, can you help me? It's cold and I'm nowhere to sleep."
Yeah, very 80s sounds. I hear one of the sound. There's a percussion sound. It's electronic that he used in the Duke Suite, and I love the sound.
Is there somewhere you can tell me?
Now listen to this. The end. There's like in the end of the major. There's a little sound that it does remind me to sound that they use in Duke Suite. It's like the little box. I don't know. I'm pretty sure probably he used it.
Doesn't look back. He pretends he can't hear her.
And that little guitar section, I do enjoy those because it's kind of like a little flamenco.
Whistle as he crosses the street. Seems embarrassed to be there. Oh, think twice.
Now, this harmonic section for the guitar is such a emotional part of the song. Yeah, it's like a little tears. That's why I love harmonics so much.
Think twice.
Probably in the 7th fret. And then we have beginning again with arpeggios. And then we have the same thing again. Now,
Think twice. It's just another day for you. You and me in paradise.
probably there's is Phil Collins playing the drum.
Just think about it.
Very 80s sounds. This is nice. Now we have some changes in the harmony.
Is there nothing more anybody can do? Oh, Lord, there must be something you can say. You can tell from the lines on her face.
You can tell from by the line from their face. Interesting.
You can see that she's been there. Probably
The guitar, very flamenco sound.
moved on from every place. 'Cause it's another day for you. Another day for you and
So this song per se, it does repeat. Obviously, the middle section is very brief, very brief. So, you know, I think that pretty much the song goes that way. Obviously, again, the lyrics are a big part of the song, and I will say the emotion that it get, right? It's not super, how I will say, super emotional, but yes, there is a lot of part that is super touchy, especially with those harmonics in the guitar. So, yeah, that's what I got for Phil Collins. It's not as dark as the other music, but of course, you know, it's a big topic, homelessness, that people don't touch a lot, and I think that it's ignored by a lot of people, and I think that it's really good that Phil Collins is dedicating a song to this topic, which, you know, there's kids that are homeless, and that's the sad part of this, and not just kids, everyone, you know, it's not easy to, I have never been homeless, but I can imagine. Oh, I can imagine, and it's awful. I don't. It's just. It's a very tricky topic, and I'm glad Phil Collins is singing about it and bringing it to the masses, and to try to help the situation. So, James, thank you so much for this suggestion. I really appreciate to get me thinking like this in this topic. So, thank you. So, if you like the video, like, comment, subscribe. Those help my channel big time. And yeah, see you around. Take care.